Hi everyone, this is Abhinav from PhoneBunch and today we are unboxing the Lenovo K3 Note. This is the Indian retail variant available from Flipkart for Rs 10,000. You get an Airtel 4G SIM card as well, that's free. And you also get a free screen guard within the box. The packaging is pretty similar to what we have seen with the Lenovo A6000 and A7000. You can see right here, it's running on Android 5.0 with Vibe UI 2.2. It has a 1.7 GHz octa-core MediaTek MT6752 with Mali T760 GPU, 2 gigs of RAM, 16 gigs of expandable storage, a 13 megapixel rear, 5 megapixel front camera. You can also see the SAR values right up top, 1.590 for the head and 0.688 for the body. I'll have that information up top as well. It has a 2900 mAh user replaceable battery. So let's open up the box and see what we get inside. So that's a K3 Note right up top. You have a free screen guard as I said already. Now there's your usual documentation. You have a quick start guide in there as well. A micro USB to USB data syncing and charging cable, looks sturdy. And you have a USB wall charger which is rated at 1.5 amps for output. And there's the 2900 mAh battery. So that's everything you get inside the box, no headset over here. Folks, this is the Lenovo K3 Note. This is the Indian retail unit. You can see 4G LTE, octa-core, Dolby Atmos. This is a 64-bit octa-core processor. And you have the power lock and lock button volume rocker on the right. Very sturdy construction over here. Now the design is pretty similar to the Lenovo A7000. I'll compare it to that as well. At the top, 3.5 audio jack, micro USB data syncing and charging port. Now the top has a sort of a glossy finish, the rest is matte at the back. There is nothing on the left hand side. At the bottom you have the primary microphone of the device. Moving to the back, you have a 13 megapixel rear camera with a dual LED flash. You can also see the secondary noise cancellation mic and the speakerphone up top with the Lenovo branding. The back has a soft touch matte finish and the sides are slightly rounded which make the phone easier to hold. Now the K3 Note weighs in at about 150 grams and is about 8 mm thick. Now let's open up the back cover and you can see that the back cover is a bit flimsy. You can see it bends very easily, flexes a bit as well, but not when on the phone. You have a micro SD card slot to expand storage up to 32 gigs. Now you can see that both of the SIM card slots can use a 4G SIM. So we'll check that out as well. Let's put in the battery and we'll power on the phone for the very first time. A very snug fit for the battery there. The construction does feel solid. Now if you had to venture a guess, which one would you say is the K3 Note? Well, that's on the left. Both phones, the A7000 and the K3 Note, have absolutely the same design. They have the ports in the same place as well, and they have pretty much the same build as well. The back cover on the Lenovo A7000 does seem slightly darker. Let's get back to the K3 Note. I'll just remove this plastic sheet covering the display. We've already started booting up the device. You can see the Lenovo branding. Now at the top you have a 5 megapixel camera, you have proximity and light sensors and a notification LED along with the main earpiece. At the bottom you have capacitive buttons which do not light up. And you have a 5.5 inch 1080p IPS display right up top. There's no Corning Gorilla Glass protection. So folks, we have now booted into Android 5.0 Lollipop with Vibe UI on top. There is no separate app drawer. There are a few apps that have come pre-installed. You can see those right there. You have your Google apps pre-installed as well. Now let's jump into the notification shade. There are quite a lot of toggles over here. But first let's get into settings, about phone. And from here you can see Android 5.0 Lollipop here. Coming to storage now, you have about 10 odd gigs available out of that 16 gig storage. But apps and app data both should be movable to the external SD card. USB OTG is also supported over here. You can see that it has been mounted. I'll just jump into it and we'll play a 1080p video. As you can see right here, we are playing at full brightness and at full volume. And right now I can tell you that the Lenovo K3 Note has a louder speakerphone than the A7000. So you have about 1 odd gig RAM available, that's free after the first boot as well. And you can see the notification LED right up top. The capacitive keys, as I've already told you, don't light up. You do have a multitasking key to the far left. Now let's talk about the display. So you have a 5.5 inch 1080p panel over here. It is an IPS panel, so viewing angles are quite wide. You can see that. You can see here as well, colors do look pretty alright on this display. Now coming to the camera interface, you can see that it actually takes images very quickly. You have a 13 megapixel rear, 5 megapixel front facing camera. There are some effects built in as well, so these are actually filters which you can apply directly onto the viewfinder. There are several scene modes as well. You can play with the ISO and you can record 1080p video with the rear camera, choosing the focus mode that you want. Now this is the image that I've just taken. It's indoors. The lighting is just about alright and the colors did turn out quite natural. Now here's the front facing camera. Let's have a look how the image turns out. It captures images quickly and the image actually turned out quite well. We'll be testing the camera out later on. This is the default launcher. You have already seen this before with Lenovo A6000 Plus as well as Lenovo A7000. Not many apps have come pre-installed, not a lot of bloatware over here. You have a theme center built in to customize the interface. Now if you swipe from the top, you have your notification shade. You can see the Dolby Atmos right here. That is also built into the device. Flashlight toggle, always very useful. Swipe from the bottom and you have the home screen settings or the launcher settings. Since this phone is running Android Lollipop, you do have multiple user accounts baked in. Moreover, priority interruptions mode is also available along with screen pinning. Dolby Atmos, as I already told you, is available. You can go and customize the sound output of the K3 Note. There are some gestures built in as well. Double tap to wake is available over here. You can draw several characters to open up different apps. V opens up the camera app by default. Now let's talk about web browsing. So it actually seems pretty smooth. The text looks quite crisp, as do the icons and images. Rendering of text and images is pretty fast as well. And you can see text looks pretty sharp over here. Now even in terms of general performance, this phone is actually working quite well. You can see it right there. Apps open up very quickly, animations are slick, and I don't notice any lag whatsoever. Now we already have a 17 MB odd system update. It's just a bug fix. We'll try this out after we are finished with the review. Well folks, that was an unboxing and hands-on overview of the Indian retail unit of the Lenovo K3 Note. It seems to perform quite well. Even web browsing works well. Apps do open up quickly. At least that's what we have found out till now. The display looks crisp, sharp. The color reproduction is also pretty natural. We'll be back with more on the Lenovo K3 Note, including a separate camera review and a look at all its features. So stay tuned to phonemunch.com for the latest in mobile technology. Thanks for watching this video. If you have any questions, let us in the comment section. And as always, have a great day.